Well, hello there, my friends. Goodness gracious, how are you? It has been so long. I knocked my hat off my head. Good to see you again, folks. Welcome to Live at 5. I am your host, head of Academy here at Trike Theater, Chris Tennyson, and it is so good to be back with you. It's been, well, it feels like forever, but hey, what's time, right? It's all not real. So, welcome back, my friends. We have got so much lined up for you here in our second season of Live at 5. If you're new to this program, well, welcome. We are Trike Theater's informational program about what's going on here at Trike Theater in Northwest Arkansas, in the arts and culture community at large, and what's going on in educational and youth theater today. So, we got a lot of things that we talk about here on this show, and we're so glad that you're here with us. Now, the first thing you're going to notice that's new and different is we're not coming to you from our old format anymore. That's right, we're here on YouTube, and this is where you're going to be able to find us. Every time we air, we're going to be airing directly to our YouTube channel here at Trike Theater. So you're watching us, you know where that is. If you haven't subscribed or liked already, please do so. That really lets us, tells us what's going on. So, yes. What else has been going on? Well, it's spring now, right? The last time I think we all chatted, it was towards the end of 2020. We're now here into the 5th month of May. Today is May the 4th. That's right. It is Star Wars Day. And you know, we're such a fun show. We love tying into pop culture things. And it would seem, like a perfect thing for us to have a whole episode about, wouldn't it? We don't. We just got a normal episode. But that's okay, because there's plenty of other Star Wars stuff out there. You don't need us just jumping onto the bandwagon. But what I do want to talk about today is all of the new stuff that's going to be happening here on this show, as well as the stuff that we've got going on at Trike Theater, which we're going to start talking about right now. The first thing I want to share with you folks here is our summer camps, our patented summer camps are back. We are in person this summer, as well as having some virtual offerings for those folks who aren't quite ready to go back into the in-person camps. But for most of our camps, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be back. We're going to be doing production camps. We're going to be doing some fine arts camps. We're doing musical theater camps. We're all over Northwest Arkansas. There is so much great information about what we've got going on for summer. Our School of Witchcraft and Wizardry camp, it's coming back. Our virtual D&D camp, it's coming back, right? Production camps, they're coming back. I know, this is so exciting. And you can get all of the information as to when camps are happening, where they're happening, what they're going to be about. All of that information you can find at our website, www.triketheater.org. And remember, that's theater with an R-E. That's right. So we've got that going on. We are definitely making plans moving forward for our fall season. That's going on. But you may be wondering, well, what's new with Live at 5? What's new going on right now? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. We've completely revamped this program. That's exactly right. You're going to see a lot less of this guy, which, trust me, that's great for everybody, because what you're going to be seeing instead of me is our students. That's right. What we have decided to do with Live at 5, and what we've really kind of dug into at Trike Theater as a whole, is finding ways to really double down on helping students find their artistic voices. And there's so many ways you can do that. A lot of you already know our camps and our classes and how we foster the artistic voice of our young students. Now we've got even other ways. So one of the things that I was really focused on here on this show last season was how the pandemic was changing our industry. And one of the things that light bulb went off is that You know what? These virtual offerings, this ability to get into a Zoom room or to get onto a computer or a Google Meet or whatever, and connect with people, that really opened up a lot of interesting connections for Trike Theater. A lot of those you're going to be hearing about in the coming weeks and months. But something else it did is it really made us realize we have a great opportunity to foster our students' own artistic voice on our YouTube channel and on this show right here. That's right. So you're going to be seeing a lot more input from our students. You're going to be seeing them doing some movie reviews. You're going to be seeing comedy. You're going to be seeing arts and culture commentary. You're going to be seeing just wackadoo wackiness. And who doesn't love wackadoo wackiness? We all do. And to start us off with wacky-do wackiness, we are going to meet a good friend of mine. He's going to become a good friend of yours. You're going to be seeing him a lot on this show. And a very special friend of his. I want you to please welcome our good friend Matthew Bragg and his good friend Lily. So come on in. Hello, Matthew.
Hi.
Hey. Hi, Lily. How are you? Folks, if you may not have realized, Lily's a chicken. So, Matthew, I love your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
How are you today, my friend?
I am doing very well today.
Good. Having hat problem. I love the hat. It's a great touch. It is the exact kind of wacky-do wackiness we were talking about. So you are kind of you and another student of ours who we'll meet here in the coming weeks. You are kind of our comedy correspondent on Live at 5 now. You and Lily and Kate, when she joins us, you are going to be kind of our comedy trio here. Tell me how you first got interested in comedy.
It was something that took your mind off of maybe something that was going on in the house. I don't know. It was funny. It made people laugh. It made people like you. It did a lot of things that were negative.
And I know I completely agree. And, you know, I, as someone myself who I have always loved comedy, it's one of the reasons that I do this show is because I like to try and be funny. But where do you, like, who do you draw your inspiration from, right? Like, who do you find are the comics or comedians or things that have influenced you in your comic sensibilities?
There was a guy. He does a lot of puppetry. I think his name is, the puppet's name should be Roger or something like that. But he was able to get the puppet to move, and it was very lifelike. And it was very funny because even though he didn't have all of the ranges or all the utensils to really make the face
completely
detail they have to use,
right,
express that on a hand puppet or a sock puppet or anything with your hands, instead of just using your face, which I found very interesting because you could just use your body language instead of your facial interaction to push that message.
No, I think that's right. And it's funny you mentioned that. You know, I remember I was very, very young the first time I saw the Muppet Show, you know, which now Disney Plus has access to if anybody hasn't seen the Muppet Show. And it was very reminiscent of that old kind of vaudeville comedy, right? Like the Laurel and Hardy and the Abbott and Costello kind of stuff, that old school comedy. And I just think that's funny. Puppets were really influential in my love of comedy as well. And I think I you know, it's funny. Last season I had Jason Sewell on the show, who a lot of folks know from Good Day KNWA and later with Jason Sewell. That's a free plug. You owe me, Sewell. But yes, feed Lily. Feed Lily. God bless her. She's adorable. Lost my train of thought. But anyway, let's talk about chickens for a second. How long have you had Lily?
We've had Lily for almost a year now. We got Lily about in July when they were still very very young. Chick age where they could be sold.
Nice, nice. And is Lily here? Is Lily a layer?
A Lily is a hen, yes.
She's a hen and she lays eggs for you. And does Lily enjoy comedy?
I would assume so. You really don't know because it's a chicken.
It is a chicken. But I will tell you this, Matthew, I'm a firm believer that chicken is the funniest word in the English language. It's either chicken or pickle. But have I ever told you my story about having the voiceover audition?
I don't remember it. Give me
So I you and I are talking like there's not other people watching right now. Have I told you about it? No, I haven't. So I will. So I do. I think chicken, and I'm so glad you brought Lily on because it's bringing me joy. And also, just there's something about the combination of the ch sound, the K. Any word with a K in it is automatically funnier by the presence of a K. And so there's just the word chicken. It cracks me up. It's a funny word. Well, a couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to audition to do a voiceover for a Tyson training video for the chicken plant. And in that script, I swear I had to say the word chicken 25 or 30 times. And I walked out of the audition after the third time of trying to get through it. And after the sixth time I have to say chicken, I was just like, thank you so much for your time. But I am obviously not grown up enough to say the word chicken as many times as you need me to. So yes. Oh, this is we have a question from a viewer. Lily, this question is for you. Why did you cross the road? Yeah? Uh-huh.
That was a very good answer.
That was fascinating, in depth. We got it right here, ladies and gentlemen, from the chicken's mouth.
Yeah, we have a real poet over here,
So Matthew, as our chief comedy correspondent, what can we look forward to on coming episodes of Live at 5 from you and your comedy team here?
You should be crying when you laugh.
No, good. We're looking forward to it.
So we're to have a good time. That's the words I'm trying to find.
Good, and you'll be working. You'll be doing some improv with us in the coming weeks. Yes. There'll be sketch comedy coming. Is that right?
Yes, definitely.
That's fantastic, and hopefully more time with our good friend Lily here.
Oh yes, of course.
Matt, I want to thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you and looking forward to lots of laughs ahead, my friend.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Anytime. We'll see you, buddy. Yes, comedy that doesn't come from me. This is what Live at 5 is going to be about now. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. Trust me. Next, we're going to talk about something else that's going to be new on Live at 5 in this kind of brand new, some chick can, some chick can't. I love it when the viewers respond in real time. It's fun. So the next thing we are going to be doing, my friend, is we are going to be talking to our new film critic. That's right. Live at 5 has its own film critic now. Talk about a glow up, right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring him in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Live at 5, Matthias Boeri. Hello, Matthias. Hello, sir. I think you're muted.
I am muted.
You are muted. And there we go.
And that's the wrong camera.
That's the wrong camera. I love live television. Look, but I can kind of see my face. There he is.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matthias, how are you, my friend?
I am doing fine.
Good.
Yes.
Good. So now you and I have, you've been affiliated with Trike for years. You have been an ambassador for the last 3 years. You've worked on the Next Gen project as a writer and an actor. You've worked as a volunteer with Trike, and all this time I've known you, one of the things that you and I have really, really enjoyed talking about and digging into is entertainment, film, cinema, television, even thanks now to Marvel being everywhere. We can't escape
Yeah.
it. So I am really glad that you decided to come on board as Live at Five's kind of a chief film critic and correspondent. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Because I think, Matthias, is this the first time you've been on Live at Five?
This is the first time
This is
I
the
have been.
first
Yes.
time. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am Matthias. I am from Argentina, and I like movies. I mean, I might need a bit of a prompt, but mainly I just watch a lot of movies, and I plan on being a mainly a writer and director whenever I grow up. Yes, there are wands and swords in my room, Shannon.
Yeah, yes, wands and swords.
This is one of three. So
You should make sure that you put a different one in the background every time you come on, right?
yeah, I can do that.
You just swap them out.
I'd have to change the plaque every time, but
Well,
yeah.
of course. So let me ask you a question. What was the first film you remember?
Probably Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Either that or Toy Story 2. I remember watching Toy Story 2 more, but I think I remember Lord of the Rings first. With Lord of the Rings, oh boy, in these coming things, I'm gonna be pulling many things from Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings is great.
So I would hazard to say that Lord of the Rings is probably what you would argue is the greatest achievement in cinema.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say if it's the greatest achievement. I would say it's just the best films.
Is it your favorite? What's your favorite film?
My favorite film is Return of the King.
Is Return of the King. Extended, or
yes, the
or
extended
theatrical?
cuts are better. Watch them. Like everyone who's watching, watch them. I know Chris has.
I have watched them, and I will tell you this: the extended version of Two Towers is great. It's fine. The extended version of Lord of the Rings is really good. There's some cool scenes in it that I like. But I will say this: the extended version of Fellowship is such a good movie.
Yes.
That it makes the theatrical version of Fellowship unwatchable to me.
Yeah.
Shannon, Star Wars was a good one. First film in a theater. Appropriate for today.
Star Wars is neat.
Yes.
What
film have you seen the most?
Lord of the Rings. I've seen Lord of the Rings. I have my list somewhere. It's on there. 43 times each.
What comes in second, out of curiosity?
Second? I don't know. Infinity War is up there.
Okay.
Civil War.
I just rewatched Civil War not too long ago. Excellent. Yeah.
I when I rewatched it, I was very worried that it was gonna be not so good.
But don't you hate that?
It was better. So
yeah. So let me ask you a question. Like, what are the three things that you think are most important to making a quality piece of film?
Primarily, it's the writing. The writing.
And when you say writing, you mean plot construction, dialogue, anything that gets put onto the page.
Basically anything except for like fight choreography. So writing can even come down to shots. Visual storytelling is important with movies, with films. So yeah, writing, mainly just consistency in the writing, consistency in anything really. After that, it might be, I'm stuck between music and acting, because music could also be considered part of the story. I'm moving too far to the right or left, whatever people see. With Lord of the Rings, I would put a good example. The music in that, like the use of leitmotifs and such, is really good. An example I love is in Return of the King, when Gandalf and Pippin are in Minas Tirith, and Pippin's like, "Oh, are we gonna die?" And Gandalf is like, "Yeah, maybe, but hey, when we die, we're gonna see all this." And he describes what the Grey Havens essentially are. And I noticed this on like my multiple time watching the movies. The song playing is actually, I forgot the name of it, but it's the song that plays when Frodo leaves he leaves on the ship to the Grey Havens. It's the same one.
Oh, wow.
So music can tell good story too, which is also why the music in, I don't know, let's say Rise of Skywalker is pretty awful, because there's a shot where it's at the beginning when they're on the comet, the ice comet, and the TIE fighters are like they're going to attack like Poe and stuff while they're trying to download the message. And the song that's playing is just, it's a faster version of the Emperor's theme, and it makes no sense because the Emperor didn't send these people. I'm pretty sure they don't even, yeah, no, he didn't send them. So it's just really baffling. It's confusing.
So one of the reasons that I absolutely love you coming on to the Live at 5 team and sharing your thoughts is because you have an exquisite attention to detail. And I will say this, an attention to detail that has changed my opinion about several things. There were things where I was like, oh my gosh, I like this. And then after talking to you for an hour, I walked away going, wow, that was not nearly as good as I thought it was. That is to say, for those of you who don't know Matthias has a lot of hot takes.
I have a lot of hot takes.
You have a lot of hot takes.
We may or may not have alluded to one of them previously, maybe.
Yes. Perhaps. Yes. And over the course, now, in addition to coming on to Live at 5 live from time to time and talking about movies, as a matter of fact, I think you're going to delight us here in the upcoming few weeks with a review of King Kong versus Godzilla, or
Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes, I'm excited.
It's a masterpiece in filmmaking. I can make a video essay called "The Art of Godzilla versus Kong," and talk about how each punch tells a story. Though the big lizard doesn't really punch, he more swats. He goes like,
he more swats and does the fire and mouth fire thing.
Atomic breath.
Yeah, that with the atomic breath. Yeah. So, in addition to you coming on and sharing your opinions on specific titles per se, you are also going to have a reoccurring series on our YouTube channel where you are going to have long-form debate about different titles and really get into the nitty-gritty with different folks. You and I are going to have a couple of fun discussions.
A couple.
The one I'm really looking forward to, spoiler, the one I'm looking forward to most is probably WandaVision.
Oh, yeah.
Because you and I are diametrically opposed on that show, and I won't spoil our audience on which of us is on which side. Matthias is wrong, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, that series is... it obviously it's gonna be like much longer form stuff, because that's the way debates happen. I one time, oh my god, this is fun. So subjectivity versus objectivity, which by the way I'm going to touch on, and essentially what's going to happen is I will have 2 video essays to start the series. One of them is going to be about my metrics and explaining them and fleshing them out so people understand what on earth I'm saying and have a reference for it. And the second one is going to be just about debates and how, well, just many arguments I see people make that irk me so much. But with the debates specifically, I one time had at least 5-6 hour debate on subjectivity versus objectivity with one of my friends, and the only reason we stopped was because it was 2 a.m. and we had school the next day.
So I promise our viewers none of these episodes will be that long. We'll edit down. But yes, thank you for mentioning that. So again, looking forward to what will be coming up on our YouTube channel. There will be a couple of video essays about your metrics and then how debate is structured. And then after that, we're going to have a series of fascinating debates about film and television and cinema. And you know, I really am looking forward to you bringing, again, your strong opinions and your keen eyes and ears to our offerings. And I know folks are going to get really excited to agree or disagree with you in the future.
Oh boy, that's going to be fun.
So, Matthias, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you here in a couple of weeks, my friend.
Thank you for
Any time. All right, folks. Well, that, I think, is going to wrap it up for us today. But this is just a good little snippet, a good little taste, a little amuse-bouche, if you will, of what we have in store this season on Live at 5. You're going to see characters. You're going to get interesting content. You're going to get opinions from folks that aren't me. You're going to get all kinds of stuff, including lots of fun information about what you, your family, your young folks can do with Trike Theater, starting with our in-person and virtual summer camps. That is right. We are back. We are in person again. We're going to be doing camp spotlights in the weeks to come, talking about individual camps. We'll have Molly Armour back on to talk about all of this. That's right. We'll do all of that fun stuff. So stay with us. Stay tuned. We will see you very, very soon. Thank you for joining us. We will see you around here next time, my friends.